Okay folks, it's a cracker of a sunny day after a wet Friday. It's now Saturday and the rain eased off about 6 in the morning. It basically eased up, or was it 5 in the morning? Yeah, it's all gone now. It's a lot easier now. Actually, we'll leave that. We'll just go straight into it. This is what we're photocopying, folks. A section out of this newspaper lift out. And we're interested in maybe somewhere here to enlarge. Okay. This lovely looking graphic. So we're just going to put that in the corner. Sorry folks, I'm fucking around with it. I don't know if I've done it right. Fucking just lost the corner of it a bit. I'm just going to do that. Let's see how we go. First go. I might have to adjust accordingly because it's a bit of newsprint, and that's come up looking really quite interesting. Looks a bit wishy-washy though. Maybe the cloud could be a bit higher up. I can move it up a bit. Yeah, shit. Looks shit house, folks. We just pushed it up too high. Gonna pull it down, folks. Gonna take it further down. I don't know how it's gonna look, folks. I'm just taking a guess. To a certain extent, a large extent should I say. Yeah, that looks better. Looks like we've got more of it, but it still looks shit house. I don't know why it's not looking too good. Gonna pull it further down. Yeah, I'm not getting much of what I want, and we got a bit of something there that we don't want either. So I actually think we might do a different part of this image because that part looks a bit wishy-washy and a bit ill-defined. We're going to try this section here. We're going to have to take this front cover off and fold it, folks, so I can get it on the glass. So I'm just going to drop out the pages in between. I don't need them or want them, so I'm just interested in this graphic here. So I'm going to try and fold it over. Sorry about the bad camera work. I'm just going to fold it. I'm going to get newsprint all over my fingers, which I really hate. This is one thing I hate about newspapers, folks, is the print, is the horrible ink, the somewhat messy ink that they use to make newspaper print. I really hate that shit. I know a lot of people love it. You know, newspapers will always have a place in society, folks. You know, I'm not a fan of them myself, but I know that paper is necessary, and we just lost our settings fucking around. But basically, newsprint will always have a place. I don't think it's ever going to die, and it would be a pity if it does, because so many people just absolutely adore the ritual of opening the morning paper. It's not my thing, but I know a lot of people love it, and I hope that newspapers remain relevant, because people just, you know, and you can't read the news on your tablet or your phone if the data is down or if the electricity is down once the batteries run out. So, you know, it's really good to always have a backup, and paper is a good way of, you know, it's got to be recycled, and, you know, the forests have got to be managed. We don't want to use actual forests. We've got to use planted forests that we plant, like, which we already do in this world. And basically, yeah, we do have a place for paper products. And one of the things I'd like to do myself is to basically redesign the photocopier from scratch so we can have a good paper experience. So we can enjoy paper more and more than ever. Now I'm just wondering if we're going to move it, which way we're going to move it. We're going to move it this way. But basically, yeah, paper has a future, folks. It has to be managed and all that, but it's easier to compost paper than to dispose of e-waste, electronic waste, when things don't work and people just throw their phones in the rubbish bin, or it ends up in landfill somehow. They say that less than 12% of electronics each year get recycled. So it's a real worry, this e-waste problem that we have. And that's kind of looking interesting. I think maybe going to make a smaller enlargement. I think this version looked better. But yeah, electronic waste is a huge worldwide problem, and the people who run the electronics industry typically don't care about the environment or about the product. They just care about the huge revenue they can make from making things so easy to dispose of incorrectly. Photocopier industry is full of shit as well. They're a big piece of e-waste to dispose of, and they're a big problem. But basically, I would like to redesign the photocopier from scratch and to solve all these big problems that we have, if we can. Trying to think how I'm going to enlarge this further, maybe reduce it a bit further. This is a tricky one, folks. Let's see how we go with this. Yeah, that looks better. Looks a bit more interesting. I don't know if it's quite what we're after. I do wonder if we're going to make it like that. I've got some writing there, unfortunately, so I'm going to enlarge it a bit more on the vertical. Maybe that could be another application of this photocopier project I want to build, is maybe you could use it to print newspapers without the messy, dirty ink that they utilise, because that would be nice to be able to pick up the paper without getting it all over your fingers. I do wonder if anyone actually enjoys getting their fingers dirty from the morning paper, or whether they would prefer it if it was printed differently. But I'm sure it could be done. I'm sure there could be a cheap way of producing newsprint on this photocopier, maybe. I don't know. It's a long way off. The future is a long way off, folks, and there's a lot of planning needed and a lot of deliberation and thought about it. You know, it's not going to happen overnight, folks. We're not going to design this new fangled copier system overnight. It's going to take years and maybe even more than a decade of research and design and prototyping and all that sort of shit. But I want to make the photocopying experience of the future a positive one, and I want to make sure these photocopiers are very, very environmentally safe and carbon neutral. So, you know, we really want to look after the environment when building this equipment. It's not just about hardware that lasts more than 60 years, or the electronic, or the what is it called, the artificial intelligence that's going to be driving it to make it easy to use. It's all about making sure it's environmentally safe all round. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be something that's going to leave the planet and humanity in a better place than before it was created. It's got to be responsibility with the money I make as well. Make sure the money goes to good causes to help others instead of just ourselves. And that's come up looking really quite a treat. I do think we could do some switcheroos, maybe. But yeah, it's really important that we look after our planet and look after humanity. We don't hire slave labour or children. We make sure we do everything to the letter. Make sure we don't fuck up our planet and fuck up humanity. We don't use our profits to make more evil profits. We don't make any evil profits, should I say. We make sure that everyone benefits from this. It looks really nice. I think I'm going to do another switcheroo. But yeah, we've got to look after our humans. You know, we've got to look after people. We've got to look after the environment. We can't basically destroy all the good things that... I'm just trying to think how I'm going to make this switcheroo, folks. If I'm going to do another one. I'm trying to think, folks. It's really difficult, these switcheroos. They can be really quite confusing. But yeah, we have to fucking make the planet a safer and a cleaner and green place for everyone. It's not just about pissing in the pockets of the rich, which is what the rich typically like to do. Now I'm fucked up. Sorry, folks. I'm trying my human side, folks, you could say. But basically, yeah. What am I doing? I'm fucking this up, folks. One thing I'm trying to do at this moment is I can't do anything until I get in touch with my partner Luigi, who I want to marry, and he's going to help me with getting this product happening to start with. And without him I can't do anything. And I don't think this switcheroo is going to look any good. I think we fucked it up. But basically, I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9 to... I'm actually starting my life as a talented photocopier artist, and I have to get recognised as an artist on the 6 o'clock news. And that's proving to be really difficult to get my work out there. But I'm sure once I get out there and I get married to Luigi, I could start the ball rolling of my dreams. And that's come up looking nice, actually, this last one. Now I think it's worth it. I think now we can call this demo quits.